The number one exclusive on PC is porn, and the number two is social media. With that being said, now that we've like clarified this and talked about this, like, is it any wonder that the PC gaming community is so consistently filtered by Nintendo games? Now, they aren't being filtered by the difficulty or the genre or the specific franchises. They are filtered by the sheer idea of the fact that Nintendo games aren't made for Gooner bait. Okay, you're not supposed to jack it to Super Mario Bros. After you get through all of the levels and save Princess Peach at the end. You're not supposed to get hard after beating a Zelda dungeon, and you're not supposed to speed run Super Metroid so you can see Samus take her clothes off. Okay, that's not something that's ever happened. That's not something anybody cares about. We're not PC gamers. We are here for the games, and we are here to have fun, to actually play the games. And this is the real truth of the divide between the PC master race and the Nintendo community. Nintendo fans will play Nintendo games for hours and hours on end because we love them that much. We love games. We love Nintendo. We love Nintendo hardware. We love this stuff. PC gamers, on the other hand, will maybe spend like a couple of hours a day on social media complaining about Nintendo games, complaining about Nintendo consoles, complaining about like Nintendo's legal team, complaining about character designs, complaining about like alleged censorship, making videos on it, streaming about it 5 hours a night, complaining about Nintendo fans. Like, how many PC gamers are doing commentary videos on this video right now? Okay, they're doing this instead of actually playing a PC game, because these guys are not playing video games. They don't care about video games. And as a result of that, they have been filtered. Traditionally, getting filtered has always been like associated with like not being able to beat the game and not being able to deal with the difficulty. But, in the modern era, like, things have changed where we are seeing people who are like downplaying Nintendo games when they haven't played them and have no intention of playing them. Because the simple fact of the matter is, they simply have no interest in gaming at all. What they care about is grifting and making money off the community. You see this with Nintendo, you see this with like the PC commentary channels, you see this with like the community as a whole, is that they cannot fathom people actually sitting and playing Nintendo games, because at their core, PC gamers are non-gamers. They are worse than casuals. They are lower than the low. They are the absolute baseline, bottom tier, bottom of the barrel, just parasites of the community. And it is high time we acknowledge that, because how many times over the past 6 months have we been told by these people that the Nintendo Switch 2 is failing, that none of the games are taking off, that there's nothing interesting coming out this year, and yet somehow, Metroid Prime 4 is doing well, Kirby Air Riders is doing well, Pokemon Legends ZA is doing well, we got Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, we got Mario Kart World, we got Donkey Kong Bonanza, and these guys seriously sat there and complained about all of it, when in actuality, pretty much everyone in the community was pretty overwhelmingly positive about all these releases. Now, are they the best titles ever? No, but the simple fact of the matter is, they don't need to be in order to sell new gaming hardware to the actual gaming audience. And that's something that the PC master race can't wrap their heads around, is that, casual gamers are playing more games than them, that girls are playing more games than them, that hardcore Nintendo fans play more games than them. Like, we look better, we make more money, we have more sex. The simple fact of the matter is, like, the PC gaming community is essentially just a group of terminally online incels. They are just the video game equivalent of the manosphere, a completely incompetent, ineffectual group that wants to blame women for all their problems instead of actually, living fulfilling, interesting lives. Like, the PC master race is just the defining example of just how toxic online gaming communities can be. These guys are seriously spending more time gooning than they ever spent playing video games. That's just the reality of the PC community. That's just the reality of the online gaming community as a whole, is that these guys hate Nintendo more than they love video games. And when you take that into consideration, when you think about like what's happening and what that results in, and like what that means, like what you come away with is just this realization that you can't respect or take these people seriously at all. Like they aren't playing video games. They don't know anything about the medium. And that's why they make all these ridiculous claims, going to bat for like fraud studios like Larian and Sandfall, companies that have admitted that they use AI to generate assets. You know, like it's so bleak when like the same community that like derides AI and hates it will turn around and then worship their favorite companies for using it, because they just have to protect their reputations. They have to do whatever it takes to preserve the narrative that that these companies have put out these amazing games, and that they aren't just carbon copies of things that Nintendo has been doing for the past 20 years. It is remarkable seeing just how these individuals will bend over backwards to downplay every major Nintendo release while hyping up absolute slop that nobody cares about. Baldur's Gate 3 is a really good example, because not only was Baldur's Gate 3 like outsold and outperformed by Tears of the Kingdom, not only did it lose Game of the Year, not only did it not leave much of an impact in gaming, like the studio immediately lost the Baldur's Gate license, and they had to put out a sequel, Divinity, in the IP that they own, and nobody cares about it. Like I'm hearing more people talk about the AI thing than I ever heard of people talking about like the actual announcement, because this is the reality. This is the reality of Larian's popularity and why they were shielded so hard, is that they were being used to normalize AI usage in AAA development. And so like all these corpos and all these people are coming out like going to bat for the idea of AI. Like, I can't wait to use this as a tool to replace all of my workers. Like, these guys are just completely delusional and really need to be called out for their nonsense. Okay. Like, it is absurd the lengths that the PC community is going to like downplay Nintendo's superiority over them. And it's not something that's going to survive the generation. Like, honestly, like PC gamers today kind of feel like where Snoys were 10 years ago. Like, it feels like the same exact like group of people where it's just like terminally online weirdos who are just pushing this narrative that like The Last of Us has the greatest story in gaming. Like, that narrative didn't survive the decade. And the way things are going now, it's only a matter of time until Nintendo stomps out PC gaming completely. Like, you already have no exclusives, and Nintendo every month, it feels like, is putting out games that are bigger and better than anything on high-end gaming PCs.